what we are going to do today is revisit the program that we have written last week. So after what did we do first? We wrote this program, isn't it? Right. Let me close and open it in Word. Notepad or text edit. So we wrote this program. That is what we did first, isn't it?
Yeah.
After we wrote the program, we opened the command prompt.
Yeah.
So in my case, it's terminal. After opening the terminal, I typed ls to see what are the folders that is there. Here, desktop. Inside the desktop, I have the Java folder. Inside the Java folder only, I have my code. So cd means change directory.
Are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Now can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm sorry about that. So what you have to do is you have to open the command prompt. What I did is I opened the terminal. I went to terminals, open the terminal, and then I'm taken to this folder called Guxi. That is the folder I am currently in. Inside the Guxi folder, I typed ls, list. Ls means list. So it will list all the files and folders. So I can see there is a folder called desktop. So I said cd desktop. Now I am inside the desktop folder. Inside the desktop folder only I have the Java folder. So cd Java. Right, inside that particular folder only I have my code. So to compile my program, I use the Java C compiler. Java C means Java compiler, right? And I set the name of the file. What is the name of the file? HelloWorld.java.
Okay.
So I said Java C space HelloWorld.java. If there are any error, it will show me the error. Then I have to fix those errors. Okay, there is no error. That is why I didn't get anything, and you can see the .class file is created. Okay, today at 11:16 the .class file has been created. Now if I want to run the program, I'm going to say Java space hello world. That is the name of the class which is having the main method. Name of the class which is having the main method. So the main method will get executed. Inside the main method I have only a single statement, that is to print hello world in the screen, right? So
Yeah.
we'll understand this better, right? We'll understand this program better. What I'm planning to do is change the mode, right? So what did I do first? I wrote the program. We call that what? Source code.
So
And what did I do? Compile.
campaign.
Using the Java compiler. That is the Java compiler. Right? How did I compile? I said Java C space name of the file that is having my Java code. What is the name of the file that is having the Java code? Hello world.java. So this is the source code. When I compiled, what happened?
In
Yeah, tell me.
interpret.
When I compile, okay, the compiler generated a dot class file for each and every class. Okay, for each and every class in my source code, it will generate a dot class file. When I compile, the compiler generated dot class file for each and every class in the source code. Do you understand that? If there are
Yeah.
5 classes, 5 dot class file will get generated. Okay.
Yeah.
After that, what did I do? I ran the program. How did I run the program? Java.
Java.
I'm invoking the JVM. Right? I'm invoking the JVM and I'm passing the class that is having the main method. Okay. I'm passing the class which is having the main method. So JVM will call the main method. Right? JVM will call the main method. Main method is the place where the execution is going to start. Main method is the place where the execution is going to start. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll see what is this. We have this public class HelloWorld. So basically, what is public? Can you tell me? It's a
Command.
access specifier. It's a access specifier. What is access specifier? It defines the visibility. Do you have a Facebook account?
Yeah.
Do you post in your Facebook account?
Yeah.
Right. When you post in FB, don't you tell what is the visibility of this post?
Who can see the post?
Yeah, exactly correct. Do you say what is the visibility of the post? And you said, who can see my post? You tell that, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? So, similar to that only access specifier. Right? Similar to that only the access specifier. Access specifier, okay, says who can see me. Here the me can be a class, a instance variable, a static variable, okay, can be a class, can be instance variable, can be a static variable. I will tell you what is instance variable and static variable when we go on, right? A instance
Okay.
variable, a static variable, a instance method, static method, and constructors. So access specifier says who can see me. Otherwise, who can access me? So when you say public, right? In Facebook also you have public, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me? So in the Facebook, when you say public, what is the meaning of it?
Everyone
Yeah,
can.
anyone who have access to your profile can see your post. If I know you, I need to know you. If I know you, I can search, I can find you, and I can see your post. When you put public post, am I correct or not?
Yeah, correct.
Same way only in Java. If you have access to the package, you can access the public classes. As long as you have access to the package, the .class files, you can access the public class from anywhere you want. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So that's why we are saying public here. Anybody can access it. If I put it in simple, anyone who knows that there is such a class exists can access it. So that's the meaning of public. So apart from public, what else we have under access specifier? What are the other access specifiers? Other access specifiers are private. Private class cannot be a private, okay? You can't put private here. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But a class within a class can be private. So those things we'll look at later on, not now. Other access specifiers are private. That means what? No one else other than the class in which it is defined can access. If you say private, what is the meaning of that? No one else other than the class in which it is defined can access. Right? If you don't understand, don't worry about that. We will revisit these things later on. So private. What else we have? There is one more. Protected. Within. Okay, if you don't understand, don't worry. We will revisit this. Within inheritance hierarchy, okay, right, within the inheritance hierarchy. I will tell you what is that later on. For the time being, what I am trying to tell you is, okay, other than public, you have private, you have protected, and there is one more. When you don't give any access specifier, there is a default access specifier. Otherwise, we call it package level. Visibility is limited to the package. Don't worry about that also if you don't understand. When we see package, we'll understand that also. Is it clear?
Yeah.
But for the time being, you should know what is public, right? What is private. These two are very important. Other things we'll look at as and when we go on. Public means it can be accessed from anywhere. Private means it is accessible only within the class it is defined. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So it is a public class. That means as long as they have access to the package, they can access this. Right? So the keyword class is used to define a class.
Yeah.
And you need to understand Java is a object oriented programming language. Okay, Java is an object oriented programming language. So Java was introduced in somewhere in late 1990s, if I am not wrong, right? So at that time, the software systems were failing. At that time, the software systems were failing. So they brought this object-oriented programming, okay, language to solve the same way in which the real world problems are solved in the programming world. In the real world, we have everything is object-oriented, no? You are an object, I am an object, isn't it? This laptop is an object, isn't it? So the same way they brought the programming also, the real world concept into programming world concept to reduce the complexity and improve. Okay. So in Java you can't write anything outside the class. Everything has to come inside the class. Right? For example, if you take you, all your attributes, behaviors is available within you. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
You walk, you talk, isn't it? So we need object to walk, talk, do whatever you want. The same concept was brought into Java also. So in Java, nothing comes outside the class. Everything comes inside the class. Classes and object. We have class and then we have object. It's like this. We have human, that's the class, and you, the object. Okay, so that's why we need to write a class. That's why we need to write a class. Did you understand that?
Yeah.
And here we are giving a name for the class. The name of the class is HelloWorld. Okay. We call it identifier. Otherwise, if I tell simple name, to uniquely identify something, right? To uniquely identify something, identifiers, name of the class. Okay, so this is the way to write. You specify public, and you specify class, and you specify the name of the class. Now when naming the class, there are naming conventions. Do you know any naming rule? When you are naming a class, there are a rule that you should follow.
Yeah, upper camel case.
Okay, right. First is this.
First letter should in uppercase.
Yeah, first, yeah, before that, okay, before all of those, the name of a class must start with, okay, underscore or a dollar symbol or a alphabet. The name of the class should start with either underscore is fine, dollar symbol also fine, or an alphabet. Name cannot start with a digit. You can start a name with digit. Here you can't do this. But you can start with an underscore, no problem at all. Alright. So here what is the problem we are getting is because you have underscore, it has to be in a file name called underscore HelloWorld.
Yeah.
Okay, the name of the file and the name of the public class has to be the same, no?
Yeah.
So that is the issue now we are getting. So if I fix it, it will work. But you can start with a number, right? You can start with a number. After initial underscore or alphabet, you can have any combination of underscore, dollar symbol, alphabet or digit, right? After initial underscore or alphabet, you can have any combination of underscore, dollar symbol, alphabet or digit can be there. Example is that's fine. After initial alphabet, you can have any combination of underscore after initial underscore or alphabet, you can have any combination of underscore, dollar symbol or alphabet or digits all up. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
But white space are not allowed. White space characters are not allowed. Also, any other character other than what I have said here are not allowed. Other characters you can't have, right? Now we'll come to what you say. Naming convention. What did you say?
First letter must be a capital.
Yeah, name of the class must follow upper camel case. Name of the class must follow upper camel case. What do you mean by upper camel case? We call it upper camel. Here, every word's first letter will be capitalized. Every word's first letter will be capitalized. That's only we call it upper camel case. We have another one called lower camel case. What is lower camel case? First word's first letter is simple, following word's first letter is capitalized. Something like this. First word's first letter is simple, following word's first letter is capitalized. Do you understand what I am saying?
Yeah.
Not lower camel case. So name of the class must follow upper camel case. First word letter of every word should be capitalized if it is made up of more than one word. That is a naming convention. If you don't follow, you are not going to get error. Here you will get error. Here you will get error. But here you won't get error. But it is not correct. Just because you don't get error, it is not correct. Then the definition of the class will be given within open and close curly bracket. This is where we declaring a class, and the definition of the class will be given within open and close curly bracket. Right? So the definition goes here. Are you with me? Am I too boring?
No.
Right? Okay. Now we'll go to the next. We'll try to understand why the main method must be public. It's a mandatory, okay? Main method must be public. Must be static. Return type must be void. Name of the main method must be main. Right? Now you need to understand another one here. Naming convention for methods. The rule is the same. The naming rules are the same, but the naming convention for methods in Java is lower camel case. Okay. Did you understand that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by lower camel case? The first
letter,
words, first letter should be simple.
No.
If there is more than one word, first word's first letter is simple, following word's first letter is capitalized.
Yeah.
Okay. So this should be the name of the main method. If you make any change, the program won't run. Right? The program won't run. Keep that in mind. Right. We'll see why. One more. The main method must accept parameter. Main method must accept a parameter, and it should be string array. We'll see why. Why main method must be public, must be static. Return type is void. This is of course I don't know why, because that's the rule they have given. The name of the main method should be main is the rule they have given. But there is a reason for all these things. We'll try to understand. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So let me go back. Okay, so you know this is the way to compile a program. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Java C space name of the file that is having my Java code. Right, that is compiling. Fine.
Yeah.
When compiling, it is going to check for syntax, that the syntax is correct. So if I don't have a main method, it's not going to complain. If I don't have a main method, it's not going to complain. I have a main method, but capital M. I said already, main method should be simple M.
Yeah.
If I don't have a main method, simple main method, and I have put capital main method, it's not going to give me error. We'll see whether it gives error. It doesn't give error. But when I am running, I will get an error. It will say, hey Guxi, there is no main method. That is what it says. Main method not found in the class HelloWorld. Please define the main method as public static void main. Okay, so it says a main method should be defined like this.
Yeah.
Whenever you make changes, remember that, when you are coding in the notepad, whenever you make changes, you must go and recompile. Save, recompile before you run. So we'll see why this main method should be public. See, what happens here is, gentlemen, you are invoking the JVM. You are calling the JVM, hey, JVM run. We'll try to understand that a bit. What happens is, you have the operating system. On top of the operating system, right? You have the hardware. You have the hardware. On top of the hardware, you have the operating system. On top of the operating system, you have the JVM. Well, there are so many things, so I'm going to make it small. On top of this only, your Java program is going to run. This is your Java program. Runs on top of the JVM. So what happens here is, right, JVM calls the main method in the hello world. Though you say hello world, what happens is dot main. That is what happening behind the scene. For that matter, you can't run it like this, huh? Though you said Java space hello world, the main method is called here. So that's why the main method has to be public. Why? If it's private, it cannot be accessed from outside the class. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's private, you can't access it from the outside the class. So that's why it's public. Because it's accessed outside the class, outside the package by the JVM. So you have to make it public. Why? Only public is accessible from anywhere. Only public is accessible from anywhere. And because main method is accessed from the JVM. Okay, so only things that are defined as public can be accessed from anywhere. That's why we are defining the main method public. So why it is static? Right? If you don't understand what I am going to say, again, don't worry. Later on, you will understand this. But did you understand the public part?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
So next class I will be asking, okay? You need to answer.
Okay.
Okay? The main method has to be static because you are calling from the class. See the way you are calling this? Hello world, name of the class dot main. If you want to access a method even before creating the object, okay, if you want to access a method even before creating an object in Java, then that method must be defined static. Static methods doesn't need an object to access. But can be accessed through a class name followed by the method okay. So if it's a static method only, you can access like this, right? So since it's accessed outside the class, main method is accessed outside the class even before creating the object of hello world, you need to make it static. Main method is accessed even before creating an object by the JVM. Therefore, it has to be static. Main method is accessed here before creating the object. Therefore, it has to be static. Why it is void? Because it doesn't return anything. Right? What is your name?
Shantam.
Yeah, so now what happened? I invoked a method in you and you return the value. I invoked a method in you, getName method, and you gave me the value back. That is a return value. Sometimes there won't be a return value, right? Yes or no? I ask you to shut up. You're not going to return anything to me, no?
Yeah.
Right? You're going to keep quiet. Isn't it? So, like that only. Some methods are going to return a value. Some methods are not going to return any value. Here, the main method is not going to return any value. Are you with me, Shantaman?
Yes.
Right. Because it doesn't return any value. Right? And the main method must accept a parameter. It must be a string array. We call that command line argument. Command line argument. Though I run a Java program like this, Java space hello world, actually what happens, right behind the scene, Java is to invoke, I told you, invoke the JVM. You already saw. On top of operating system, we have JVM. We are telling the operating system, hey, run the JVM. On top of the JVM only, Java program is going to get executed. I'll go into deeper in another day, not today, about this. Invoke the JVM and passes the class which is having the main method. So actually the main method is invoked in the following manner. Hello, name of the class dot name of the method. And here you are going to pass a string array which is known as command line argument. When I am running the program, I can pass some values here. I can pass some values here. When I am running the program, I can pass some values here. A list of a string values here. Those string values will be given to the main method as an array. So this is what I typed.
Yeah.
What is this? The JVM. What is this? The class having the main method. So what is this? The command line argument, a string array. What happens is a string is created and it is passed as a parameter. A string array is created and it is passed as a parameter. Right? This is what happens. This is command line argument. This command line argument is what is stored here. So if you want, you can do this. System.out.println and print this array. I am printing the array. I should not be giving within double quotation. If I give within double quotation, the args will be printed. I don't want the args to be printed. I want the value in the args to be printed. Did you understand that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you understand everything, no, gentlemen? Yeah. See, I didn't put a semicolon. I was trying to do Python in Java. Okay. This is that array is printed. If you want to see the value, okay, I'll explain why this is coming later on, not today. This doesn't give any meaning, right?
Yeah.
If you want to see the actual value, you can do something like this. For each loop, you can use a for each loop. And I'm going to print the value. I'm taking value by value from the array and I am printing. Now I will get a meaningful output. Recompile. Every time you make changes, you need to recompile. Okay. Because I didn't pass any value, right? I need to pass the value now. I forgot to do that. So this prints hello world. These values are command line argument passed to this array. From the array, it takes word by word and prints it. From the array, it takes word by word and prints it. That's what's happening here. We call this a for each loop. Or enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Right. Before we stop for today, we'll finally understand what is the system.out.println. Okay? Shall we do it?
Okay.
Right. Before we wind up, so tell me, do you know what is system?
Done.
System is a class in Java. Okay? System is a class in Java. Here, there is a class called system, which is available in the java.lang package. Is a class in Java. So many things are there. ERR, IN, out, GC. To call the garbage collector, we'll talk about these things later on. Okay?
Okay.
So, system is a class in Java. Then, what is out?
Output.
Out is a static variable. Out is a static variable. Of course, it's public, static, and also final. I'm not going to tell you what is final now. I will explain later on. Public, static, final variable defined in the system class and belongs to the type print stream, as you said, which is used to produce output in the console. Which is used to produce output in the console. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Where are you? So system is a class in Java. Inside the system class, we have out, which belongs to print string. Which belongs to the print string. The data type of variable means we'll have a data type, right, in Java, right? So print stream is the data type of the out. So what is println? Is a method available in the print stream class, because you are saying out.println, right? Out.println. It's like Shantaman.getName. You will give me your name, right? Shantaman, can you talk? I'm calling the talk method in Shantaman. Likewise, here I am saying, okay, out.println. System is a class in which I have a static variable called out, which belongs to the print stream. In the print stream class, I have println method. So let me tell you one more thing. Out is the standard output, which is used to send the output to, okay, which is used to send the output to standard output device. That is the console, or we call it screen. So using the out, basically we are sending the output to the screen. So that's what happened here, right? I said system.out.println hello world. It printed hello world in the screen.
Yeah.
Then when I passed, right, these are saved here, and I'm using a for loop to iterate through each of the value in the array and print it. Okay, so to end, though I said Java space hello world space 3 string value, what actually happens is JVM is invoked. We are passing the class which is having the main method, and to that main method I am passing a string array consist of shan2 David. Before Shantaman, David should come. So that's what I'm doing. The JVM calls the hello world, the main method, and command line argument. These are the command line arguments. So those values will be stored in this array. We are iterating through the array. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So did you understand better the program we wrote last week, the Hello World program? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do you have
Yes.
any question?
In this case, class is like a object. Also.
No, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Class is like a structure, right? Example for class in our real world also, we can take human as a class, which defines the structure
Okay.
of a human. Otherwise it says how a human should look like and behave. Class is like a blueprint. Right? So do you see yourself here?
Yes.
What you are?
Object.
Okay, what type of object? Okay, your object, I agree with you. Huh?
Image. Image.
Image? What type of object is you? Image of what? When you go and stand in front of a mirror, what do you see?
My body.
You see yourself, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What you are? Are you a human?
Human.
Yeah, so human is the class and you are the object. Right? Human is the class. You are the object of that human class. What these are?
Cats. Cat.
How do you know it's a cat? It looks like a cat, right?
Yeah.
So you have in your mind, if something looks like this, it's a cat. Yes or no?
Yeah.
That
Yes.
the blueprint in your mind is the class. When you instantiate, it's an object. When you instantiate, it's an object. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Now I can understand.
Right? So that's the class. So that's why we write a class and then create objects out of it. Do you have any other question?
No, sir.
Okay. So you go through this before you come for next week. We'll go to the next part. How to get inputs, how to produce outputs. We already know how to produce outputs, system.out.println.
Yeah.
On top of it, we'll see how to get inputs, different types of inputs. Is that clear to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gentlemen. Okay then. See you.
See you, sir.